My psychiatrist prescribed me new meds for my OCD. They're generally fine, but the brain fog is crazy. They're also making me forgetful. I've noticed strange things in my flat. Random objects not where I left them, food missing from the fridge, and drawers left open. The meds are making me feel like there is a completely different person living in my flat, but Dr. Phillips said that was completely normal, and the side effects would die down once I got used to them. So I ignored the strange happenings inside my small flat and went on with my life. My compulsions improved and I felt brighter. My anxiety was still there, but it had subsided slightly. I could really start enjoying my life. I even started dating. 6 months ago, I found a note in my bag. It read, "One day, you'll be mine." That note made me paranoid about every single guy who made advances towards me. So when I told my friends that I was seeing someone, they were in total disbelief. His name was Connor. He was so sweet, and we had so much in common. Every moment with him was electric. He was conventionally attractive, you know, the tall, dark and handsome type. But he was also such a sweetheart. He bought me flowers, played with my hair, and wasn't afraid of showing vulnerability. He read books and collected records and had a successful career as a psychologist. In fact, that's how we met. As I was leaving an appointment with Dr. Phillips, I was digging around my bag, not paying attention as per usual, and I walked straight into his back. I bounced right off him and immediately started apologizing profusely. When he turned around to see me, his smile stopped me dead in my tracks and turned me into a babbling idiot. We arranged to get coffee and the rest was history. Time went on and Connor and I's relationship flourished. My life was seemingly perfect, except for the strange things that were happening. I'd gone back to Dr. Phillips so many times complaining about my memory, but he just didn't believe me. It wasn't just in my flat anymore either. While on a night out with friends, our bills were paid for using cash by an unknown stranger. I would get flowers sent to my office. Connor insisted that they weren't from him, but I just assumed he was joking and being romantic. More things had been moving inside my flat. I came home from work one day and discovered my underwear drawer was open. The contents were messy. A matching blue lace set had also been taken from its usual place. Not only that, but my bed was crumpled, as if someone had been lying in it. I never would have left things that unorganized. I can be forgetful, but I was always neat. After all, I am the queen of OCD. Something was wrong. My heart pounded as I frantically searched my flat for anything else. I nervously bit my lip until it bled, an old habit raising to the surface again. My toothbrush was wet too, along with my shower. It looked like someone had taken a shower. The room was still slightly steamy, and on the mirror there was a message that read, "I've got you where I want you." I'd been at work for the past 8 hours. I had a sudden feeling of dread that whoever was in my flat could still be there. Immediately I felt bile rising in my throat and my hands began to shake. I felt like I was about to pee myself. "Whoever is in here, you need to leave, right now!" I screamed into the corridor from the bathroom. It was met with silence. I strained my ears for a response. I slowly made my way out of the bathroom and down the hall, nervously checking cupboards and hiding spaces as I went. After a full sweep of the flat, I called the police. And right after that, I called Connor. 2 police officers arrived shortly after. They took my statement and had a look around, but basically told me they couldn't do anything and that I should call if something happened again. Can you believe that? Connor came too. He held me as I cried. He stroked my hair and wrapped his arms tightly around me. I didn't feel safe. How could I feel safe? Connor let me stay at his place for as long as I needed. He helped me pack my suitcase, which was incredibly supportive. The love I felt for him only increased as he helped me through this dark period. The whole situation wasn't how I expected us to move in together, but after a few weeks, the initial shock and trauma began to wear off. We settled in together nicely. I would make him breakfast before work. He would make us food in the evening. I did the laundry while he did the dishes. It worked. We worked. It was perfect. Strange things seemed to happen to me, but not as frequently. And it just felt good knowing Connor was there to protect me. As I was clearing the cupboard one day, my elbow knocked something hard and metallic. I rubbed my elbow and inspected what I collided with. It was a doorknob. Confused, I leaned in closer. There was a hatch hidden behind coats and shoes. It was only small. Someone would have to crawl to get through it. With the torch on my phone, I gripped the doorknob and pushed it with all my strength. The door popped and revealed a small landing with a set of stairs spiraling downwards into a basement. Unable to resist the temptation, I crawled through and I fumbled around for a light switch. Eventually, I found one and I headed down the stairs. What I saw stole my breath away. The small cramped room was completely concrete and dusty. Spider webs inhabited the corners and there was no furniture, only boxes. But lining the walls were endless photos of women, with handwritten notes, sexy lingerie and newspaper clippings next to them. But even more terrifying, most of the women had a big red cross over their faces. My eyes scanned the walls, taking in dozens of smiling women, and they just stared back at me. On the far right corner, my blood chilled as I saw a familiar face. My face, smiling in an old photo, the only photo without a cross. Next to my photo was my missing blue set of lingerie. Pure horror engulfed every one of my senses. I thought I had found my Mr. Right and that we adored each other. But it really just does go to show. In life, you can be with someone for a lifetime and you still don't know everything about them. I jolted as I heard footsteps on the staircase above me. Connor looked down at me, hands gripping the railing. The look in his eye was unrecognizable. As he walked down the staircase, I remembered something I saw in a movie. I ran underneath the staircase and grabbed his legs and pulled them as hard as I could and sent him tumbling. He landed face first and was out cold. Thank God. Without hesitating, I ran up the stairs and slammed the door shut behind me. I grabbed my mobile and I called the police. When the police finally arrived, they arrested him. They found photos of 50 different women in the basement who I heard were reported missing, and his calling card, which wrote, "The Slippery Stalker." Can you relate? Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us to grow.